Good morning, my loves. Happy Monday. Another very, very bright but beautiful day here at the lake. I mean, it is this kind of bright. It's wow, bright. But it's a beautiful Monday, so count the blessings, right? I have to say this. Please, if you are a parent, a grandparent, an auntie, an uncle, whatever, pay attention and share this, okay? I don't care if you like and follow, that's on you, or subscribe, whatever, depending on what platform you see this on. But just please pay attention. This is really important. School's out. Yay. Kids are graduating. That's wonderful. Are they ready for life? As a parent, a grandparent, whoever's raising the kids right now, your job is to prepare these kids for life, to set them up for success in life. I do not mean the real world, how people treat you and interact with you. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer. But is the children that we're talking about, your kids, when they're 17, 18 and they graduate, are they self-sufficient? Are they going to be able to move out of the house and survive? Yeah. Do they know how to budget money? I mean, if they go to work and they're making $1,000 a week, I don't know what minimum wage is right now, I have no idea, and they're making $1,000 a week, are they going to know how to take that money, pay the rent, pay the utility bills, pay the cable, pay their car payment and the insurance, still buy food? Are they just going to see that money and say, shopping, I'm going drinking, I'm going out, I'm calling my friends? Do they know how to deal with life? Seriously. A lot of people are sending their kids to college. I know when I was raising my son, we taught college since he was in kindergarten. He went through a series of career, what he thought he wanted to be when he grew up, which none of them, ended up with what he's doing today, which I think is hilarious. But let them dream, let them think, let them research, let them be whoever they want to be. And when it's time to go to college, let them pick their major. It's not your job. I know, and I have this discussion with a lot of people on a regular basis. A lot of families think you need to follow in our footsteps. Mom and or dad is a doctor, an attorney, a plumber, a firefighter, a policeman, whatever. This is what you're supposed to do. Our family has all been law enforcement. Our family has all been in the military. That's honorable and that's wonderful, but if that's not what your child wants to do, step away. And just keep in mind, they can always change their mind, and they will. A couple of years ago, I had a really nice kid call me, really frustrated. He had left home right after, he graduated, went to college out of state to get away from the family. The pressure was just too much. Everybody's telling him, you have to go into the family business. This is what we do. It's not what he wanted to do. He went out of state, went to college. He would come home for very short visits, like weekend visits, and leave just because of the trauma, drama, and the pressure. And he called and he said, I think I'm going to take winter break at home with my family. Whoa. Okay, that's great. He said, I don't know if I want to do this. I said, well, go. If it gets really bad, leave, right? You have a return ticket. You can always hop a plane and go home. He went. Called me at the end of the vacation after he got home, and he was laughing. I said, how did it go? He said, oh my God. I went, and it was kind of eggshells for a little bit. And he said, so we were all, his dad's a plumber or electrician, I can't remember, one of the two. And they were all sitting around having coffee one evening, and his dad had an emergency call. It happens. And his dad just said, hey, I got to go out on a call. You want to go? The kid's an engineer now. Sure, why not? So he went with his dad, keep him company, and he had a good time. Yeah. The engineering helped the understanding of the plumbing business. It's either plumbing or electrical thing. And it helped all the synapse, everything connected, and it made sense. And he was giving his dad advice. And he had a really, really good time. So while he was home, he went, with his dad to work a few times. They really had a good time. He brought up some really good points to his dad. He learned a lot from his dad. They did not pressure him to go into the business. They did not bring it up. He said when he left, he hugged his dad and his mom and everybody, and he said, I really had a good time. And they said, we did too, that they did too. And his dad said, I'll give you a call if I have any emergency calls, and that was just a joke, and he left. He said, Brenda, I think I want to go back home and go into the business. I said, that's great. Follow your passion. He said, the courses that I took and the degree I have helped me understand the methodology of what my dad does. Now, my dad had an apprenticeship. He learned on the job. He said, but I was showing him stuff he didn't know. He was showing me stuff. I like this. Go for it. Last I heard, happily ever after. And that's great. But let your child make their decision. Let them do it their way. If they're supposed to be on that path, they will circle back and go into it. If they don't, God bless. All we want is them to be happy. That being said, not every child is meant for college, and we know that. If your child is not meant for college, if they have no interest in college, maybe your family doesn't do college, and that's okay. Don't look down, because years ago I knew somebody that they really looked down on anybody that had a formal education that went to college. They just couldn't stand them because they thought we were all snobs. No, we just want the best for ourselves and for our kids. That's it. Some people really enjoy learning. I did. That's why I have multiple degrees and certifications, because I love school, I love learning. Not everybody does. But don't put somebody down because they're different from you. If your child is not meant for college, that's great. Find out if they want to go to a trade school, just so that they have the building blocks to go into a decent profession to support themselves. If they want to work at the Piggly Wiggly or Kmart or Walmart or whatever, that's fine, but it's going to be really difficult to support a family on that income. So just encourage them to get a little education. Maybe they want to do an apprenticeship. That's wonderful. That is amazing, because it's still knowledge. It's still learning. But support them in whatever they want to do. But please get some training in it. Don't just wing it. Lastly, do not allow your child to sit in the basement in their underwear playing video games all day. That is a huge disservice to your child, because at some point, at some point, they're going to have to live on their own. You're not going to live forever. They're not going to be able to live in your basement forever and a day. When they're 50 years old, you'll probably be dead and gone. They need to get a job. If you have teens, encourage them to mow lawns, walk dogs, babysit. Look at most of us started babysitting when we were 12 for $1 or $2 an hour. But it taught us responsibility, never to have kids. I'm just kidding, because I love my son and my granddaughter. But it taught you responsibility. It taught you how nice it is to earn money, because that's your money. Not somebody just passing it out because you're breathing or because you cleaned your bedroom. You're earning money. If they're 16, let them get a job, a summer job. They can work. My son's first job was at the country club. He taught golf. We're all big golfers. He taught golf to little kids, and then he was also a lifeguard. Well, he was going to hang out at the country club at the pool anyway, so why not earn money while you're doing it? It worked out well for us. So encourage them to get a job. There is more to life than getting a tan, going to the mall, hanging on your phone, sitting around the house saying, I'm bored, there's nothing to do, there's nothing to eat. God, I hate this family. No. Encourage them to get a job. Let them come to work with you, depending on what you do for a living. Let them come to work with you for a couple of days. Let them understand what it's like, what you go through every day. That can be an eye-opener for a lot of kids, because they think mom and dad walk out the door and they come home magically with a handful of money. Yeah, no. Let them see the hell you go through every day. If they want to be a policeman, a fireman, a paramedic, if they want to go into the military, that is wonderful, because where would the world be without these people? If they want to go into construction, again, where would the world be without these people? If they want to farm, raise cattle, God bless them, because we have to have this stuff to survive. It's okay. Not everybody wants or needs a college degree. It's not them. And that's okay. It doesn't make them lesser than. If anything, some of them work harder than the 9-to-5 folks. Farmers, oh my God, that's a never-ending job. Up before dawn, you're working well into the dark, depending on what time of year it is because of harvest. It's not easy. I'm from the Midwest, and I've seen it firsthand. I've had family members who had cattle. Yeah, there is no vacation because the cattle and the farm depend on you 24/7. You are so dedicated to that, but they love it. And it's a wonderful life for kids. If that's what your child wants to do, God bless them. Seriously. If they want to go into the ministry, the clergy, to be a rabbi and a mom, whatever, that's fine. It's their decision. Encourage them. Stand by them. Stand by them in their truth and their authenticity and their life and their life decisions. If, they're going down the wrong path, if they're headed into a life of partying all the time, maybe they have a bit of a criminal path ahead of them that you can see, find them a mentor. Find them a really good, strong mentor and get them back on the right path. Just somebody to hang out with a couple of days a week to show them their options, that they are worthy of this. Just a few things to think about. But don't force your child to be someone they're not. Let them be who they are and stand tall and proud behind them. Love them for who they are as they are, not who you wish they were.